I'm a big believer that the solution lies within our young people. I want to create more safe spaces. And I'm gonna do it whether I have donations, right? Or whether it comes out of my pocket. Right now, we are at the Crib de Hope, which is my house. My dream is that it would become a safe space, a safe haven for young people who are transitioning out of prison. I'm driven and motivated by letting these kids know their value and their worth. Because there's something when you know that you have purpose that changes the choices and the decisions that you make.
How many people have I lost? All my friends, basically. This year I've only lost 2, but in total probably about a good 10.
This is what we do. We just roll around the neighborhood looking for kids. Somebody getting a hug today. They never know when I'm gonna pop up. Hi! Chris just recently lost his cousin to gang violence in a drive-by.
Best person I ever met. It's crazy. I'm just blessed to have her. I could have went different roads to get quick money, but I just learned from her you don't need to do that to become the person you are. Motivate yourself. Just go to school. Show people that you have a purpose.
Isn't he such a good kid?
Yeah.
He's been through a lot though. You would never know how much that kid has been through. I've been on the advisory board for a while, and I'm just real passionate about their vision.
She can jump into any culture and be able to intelligently navigate that culture.
I think being a woman and doing gang intervention is very unique.
And a lot of these guys, they need big sisters. They need an auntie. They can cry with me. They can be vulnerable with me in ways that they can't be with other men.
I really enjoy working with youth as well. And one of the things that's been really cool for me is being able to see a woman of color who is doing work similar to what I want to do. And that's been just shown me that I can do it and that there's opportunities for me. And if there's not opportunities, I can make opportunities just like she has.
That's what's up, girl. So proud of you. So right now we're going to drive the block, see if I can find some of my guys out on the street. Hi! Brian is from Puerto Rico, and so the schools have not been kind to him because of the language barrier, and so he gets incredibly frustrated because they're not helping him to understand the English language. And it's not because he's not brilliant, it's because the school system isn't nurturing him. Just to see him safe and having fun and laughing, it just makes me happy. If you knew some of these stories, you would not blame half of these kids for the situations that they have found themselves in. You would not blame them for joining a gang. I do not justify or validate their choices, but I understand. That's where it begins.
When I was growing up, we were discriminated against. The gang defended us. I can pick up my phone and call my guys in the neighborhood and ask them, look, man, I'm going through some problems. What's the first thing they say? What do you need? You need some money? You need some groceries? We got you. You need a ride? Or you want us to pick up your kids? Come on now. How do you expect these guys and these girls on the streets to change? We ain't got no other choice but go right back to the neighborhood. Amy was one of the people that came into our lives, and she was there for my daughter. She's not just talking about it, she's being about it. She's cried with us, she's laughed with us, she's done it all.
This morning we're gonna go to the gravesite of one of my boys. One evening he was on the porch with a bunch of his boys and they were just hanging out. A rival came through and just shot him up. Of course, his gang was really upset. They drove around the block and tried to shoot up the house, but instead they killed a 5-year-old little girl who was sitting on the front doorstep getting her hair braided by her mom. Just never stops. It's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I mourn with the kids. We're a community. I don't do it alone. They can't do it alone. So when we lose somebody together. I don't do ministry to these kids. I do it with them. The harder they are, the more tender, the more bruised, the more broken they are. They're hard because they don't want you to get to that place and hurt them more. They're just babies in pain. All you see is them on the corner, man, acting out. Man, the church, we have to do better. We have to do better.
Leaders like these in marginalized communities are a light of hope around the world. They inspire me to add my light to the movement of marginalized people. Imagine if we all responded by adding our lights. I invite you to join me at Hope Mob, a community intent on resourcing change makers.